Well, hello internet friends. It's Tina here again from Tia's Treasures. I'm doing another video, which, I seem to be putting out some content fairly quick right now, but that's because I'm still trying to learn how to edit my videos and basically how to get them within a time frame that won't bore everybody to death. So today I've got some pattern paper that I've got from Stampin' Up! Sale-a-Bration. That's the free stuff that you get when you purchase a certain amount of product. And I've also got the Corner Bouquet stamp set from Sale-a-Bration. I believe you get this when you spend over $100, and the papers when you spend $50. You can pick one. I also have the Stampin' Up! Cling stamp set. I don't know why I read that off. The Lovely You. It has some really pretty sentiments in here, and I'm thinking of using Trust Me, You're Lovely. That's so beautiful. And the script, it's got like printing and then script. It's really pretty. I don't know if you can see that, but I like that. I use that more than some of my other ones. So I am going to open these up. I have not opened up either of these yet. What I like about the Stampin' Up! Papers is they've got their color palettes on the back side. So even though these are just plain white pieces of paper in the back, I always try to keep them because it makes it really convenient to, grab your color palettes. So I'm going to go through these and see which one I want, and then I'll pause the video and get the papers that match, and we'll kind of go from there. So I think today is going to be one of those videos where I just babble on a bit and we see what happens. If you don't like me babbling, you can tune out. On the other hand, I'm not a big fan of music on videos, and that's not to denigrate the people that use music. I sometimes wonder, I'll get on a video and I'll be like, I really don't like this music. And I wonder, should I tell them or should I just let it go? I think I'd want to know, but on the other hand, it does seem, rude if you can't say something nice and all that. So I never know what to do there. Of course, there are a few different channels that have some great music that I don't mind listening to. I know I drive my husband crazy when I'm listening to a video by like Crafty Potential. I just think that music is so upbeat and just like do. I don't know. It just I like it. So anyhow, I think that might be what people are trying to like imitate because she does it so well. And I digress. So let's take a look at these papers. All of Stampin' Up's papers are double-sided. So, and I haven't seen any of them yet. But that's pretty. I kind of like that. Not a big fan of this, so I don't know what to expect in this pad. I'll use it up one way or another. They're pretty nice thick sheets. I'd say a little thicker than 80 pound maybe, because I think they say the Spellbinders sheets are 80 pound, which maybe I'm thinking there's more like 60 and this would be more like an 80 pound. It would help if I could like separate these. Well, let's just do that. Nice. I like this. Oh, there we go. What do we get? 3 of each? No, that's just 2. So I like that a lot. The blue's pretty. It's got to be like Night of Navy or something. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't think that'll go with my corner boutique, but that is that's an interesting piece. We've got a little pattern there. I don't know if you're seeing the backs of these. I think I have them out of focus. Okay, we've seen this. So we've got those. See, this is what happens when you're just kind of learning what you're doing. We've got these and that. So let me try not to get them out of focus again or out of frame. And That's kind of interesting. I could see cutting apart some of those. Ooh, I like that. That'd be nice on a lot of different cards. Not necessarily with this this paper set either. And look at that. Go either way. Kind of reminds me of bamboo. And these colors are kind of nice and muted for spring. That's what you're going for. And was that it? That was it with this pad. We're going to take it over here, get it out of the way. Now this pad seems to be more vibrant, but we will see. And that's pretty vibrant. I think that's like a cherry cobbler. And that's pretty. It's really pretty with the blacks and the little yellows. Again, I think that's cherry cobbler. You've got that beautiful yellow on the other side. That would really look good together. I might just have to, this is a consideration. We will put, well, we don't need to take two of them. We'll put this paper to the side. That's interesting. Now, when I first saw this paper pad, I did not think I was going to like it that much from the top sheet, but it's really pretty. Ooh, get some nice polka dots there. I've got like 3 pads of each of these papers. I think that kind of tells you how much I was spending. And with Sale-a-Bration, I kept being like, well, what am I going to get? I've got the stamp pads, and I don't know a whole lot of people to give the freebies to. So I just kept getting more paper. I like these daisies. Those are pretty. And again, I love the greenery on the back of that. Wow, I am getting kind of glad I bought this, or was gifted it from Stampin Up. We've got this lovely, I'm not sure if those are purples or blues because they're against the black background. It could be blue. I guess I'd have to compare it to the color ink or paper that matches. Very nice. This one, I just got a visitor in here. I guess I didn't have the door shut all the way. Eddie is visiting me. Eddie is my dog. He's thought he was like a cattle dog mix, which he does have some cattle dog in him, but he also is like just got 8 different things in him when you got him the DNA testing. And it comes to find out he's got like a little bit of Chihuahua in him, which explains his incessant high-pitched barking. It's just so funny. I am the person that would never get a Chihuahua. I like great big dogs, and here I end up with this little guy. So those are those 2 paper pads. I am going to use this and the other back side, and we're going to just see what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to grab some matching cardstock so I can stamp out this corner bouquet, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I grabbed a piece of the Poppy Parade paper. I think that's going to work the best because I want to use some of this yellow from the back. I believe that's Bumblebee. And I thought if I used any of the yellow paper that it just would be too much yellow. And I didn't really want to use green with this. I was going more for a brighter, I don't know, just wasn't in the green mood. So what I think we're going to do is cut down this paper. I don't have my trimmer. It figures. I have a Fiskars trimmer for my 12 by 12 sheets. I usually use the Tim Holtz Tonic Guillotine trimmer for all other size papers. I think I just want a strip of this. So let's just go about 2 inches. Get some of this out of my way. If you saw my desk, oh my God, and I actually cleaned it up this morning. So 2 inches is always a pretty good. Do I want 2 or should I do like, nah, this is too pretty. Let's do 2.5. We're gonna go crazy here, 2.5. I don't know about you, I like to start at the top if I can, because it seems like my paper doesn't move as much when it hits the bottom of the trimmer. So hopefully you can see this. And we'll just go shoot. And we're going to want a little bit of the yellow. So let's trim this down. We're going to do this. We will do this. There's 5. We'll do this 5 1/4. And you know what? No, let's do it 5. No, 5 1/4. I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to do 5 right now. I just popped my thing out, my blade out. 5 1/4 right now to start. And the yellow piece, I'm going to do, let's do 2 for that to start. We can always make it smaller if we want to. So we've got that at 2, and we're going to cut that at 5 1/4 as well. Okay, we can put this trimmer to the side. I'll get the Tim Holtz one. I didn't know why. I could have, I guess, kept using the other one. Now this we're going to, I always start by trimming my bases at 5 1/2. I don't know if I'm going to cut this down. You know what? I could just use this as a base all by itself. Let's go ahead and, well, I don't have a lot of this paper. So, yeah, not a lot of paper. So instead of using it as the base, I am going to cut it down at 5 1/2 and 4 1/4, just your standard. And I'll go from there, move that out of the way. So we've got this. And we've got these. Now, we kind of want to can always trim them down a bit more. And don't forget, I want to use this corner bouquet. So what do we think? Get the little maybe little, because it's going to be here, which means we can cut these down a bit or get them out of our way somehow. And yeah, we're going to do this one because we have more room with it. So okay, I am just so organized, am I not? I don't know how a lot of these channels do it. They just seem to know exactly what they're doing and get everything just right away. I don't know if they're, maybe I should make card sketches, but I kind of like the spontaneity of, oh, what do I have on me? I like the spontaneity of just being able to make a card. That was weird, whatever that was. Oops, wrong corner. It goes in the other corner. Why does it go in the other corner? I want this corner, but I will never get that corner. Am I the only one who likes things in the right-hand corner? Well, I guess this is a way to challenge yourself. This is going in the left corner. I'm going to use a little bit of VersaFine Onyx Black ink and put that down there. I have not used this stamp before, but These rubber stamps usually stamp really nice. Oh, you know what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to take out the foam. Oh, my magnets are not cooperating. Ooh, I just saw a prime truck go by. I wonder if it's mine. Probably not. I don't think I have anything outstanding. Okay, let's see if I can get this stamped. I'm using a dry eraser to just press down with it. And let's put a little bit more ink on it. I think that could do better. Out of the way. Clean my fingers. Yeah. Well, that doesn't look that good down there at the bottom, does it? Either I'm putting too much ink on or not enough. Put just a little bit more down there and see what happens. Now, let that dry. Just cleaning off my stamp there. Moving the Misty to the side. I will put the foam back in a bit. Ah, that's what was on me. I don't know what. Ugh, some sort of gel or paste, or I have no idea. It's on the bottom of the Misty. I'll have to clean that off. I didn't see any more on there. Okay. And put that back for now. You know, I've seen Bitty Penny using a ruler where she kind of just puts it up and tears her pieces. I really like the way that works. I'm going to try tearing these and hope I get a good kind of edge on them, because I want to be able to get a little bit of that shabby look going. And being as we have all that room with the stamping, we can actually tear these down a bit. A little bit. There we go. And you know what I think? I'm wondering if I should round these corners. Now, we can always round them. We can't unround them. And kind of want these a little bit organic looking. So, now we can kind of do something like that. Or I want more of this paper showing. You're gonna have to turn it around because I keep forgetting. Oh no, I tore the wrong side. I keep forgetting that my image is in the other side. Now this one, it's not going to be an issue with. Now we'll just tear off this side and put that underneath. You guys have fun watching me tear paper. So it's like 50 degrees outside, and I still have in some places over a foot of snow. In other places the lawn is showing, and the dogs, it's just made it a muddy mess. So every time I let them out, I have to be careful. And that kind of like that there. I have to wipe their feet off, get the little mug that I bought off Amazon. You stick their feet in and you try to clean them off that way, and they're not happy. And then I towel them off, and there's still mud everywhere while I'm trying to get my towel, and they're just walking around the kitchen making muddy footprints. I really like the way that looks. What about you? Ah, yes, we'll put that on a card base. And all that's left is to put the sentiment. So I don't know, should I like stamp the sentiment out on another piece of paper and then pop it up? Or should I just go ahead and put it right on this base here, this Poppy Parade? Trust me, you're lovely. Can I read backwards? Lovely, lovely. Trust me, you're lovely. That has got to be you. You're my friend. I can't read backwards worth a darn. Well, you know, I could just look on here and see what the shape is. Trust me, you're lovely. And I bet it is this one. So you can tell I haven't used this stamp set a whole lot. I've only used the Miles Apart, but still in my heart sentiment. So that would fit there, but I don't think I like the way that looks. Well, let's just work on this first, and we can always figure out where we're going to put the sentiment afterwards. I said that was going to be, yeah, bottom and which way am I going with this? Can't make up my mind. Here we go. I'm gonna leave a little border, top and bottom. Glue that down. Little border, top and bottom. You know what would look good? I'm thinking maybe if we put, oh, that's crooked, isn't it? Maybe if we put our sentiment on top of a piece of yellow cardstock and popped it up, this bumblebee. And I'm thinking that might work. Okay, let me get a piece of that. You know what? We could just use, too bad that little piece is a little too small, because that would be perfect. Do we have a little smaller sentiment that might work? Just because. There we go. We're going to do just because. I'm flexible. I think when you're making cards, you've got to be flexible, because otherwise, you know, you'd be scrapping your cards all the time. And my foam block is just, there's one. Walked off the tiny one. Okay. While I was looking for my stamping block, which I looked for and looked for and looked for, and I eventually did find it right over to my left. I mean, they're clear, so they kind of blend in with stuff. While I was looking for that, I got some ideas. I went ahead first and I stamped the Just Because. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful, just scripty font? I just love that. So I cut that out and cut around it, because I just kind of like the way that looks sometimes. So I'm thinking I might put that there. And then I thought it might be cute to have a little ribbon, because it's kind of plain up on top. So I got a little black ribbon out of my stash, which is a Stampin' Up ribbon. I'm not sure where it came from initially. But I'm going to put that there and then tuck that underneath. And then I went ahead and I tied a little bow because you don't really want to see me fuss with that. So, and one more thing. I have some little metal dragonflies that I thought would be just perfect on this card. Now, I took a metal dragonfly that I had bought. It's got a little loop on the end, and I cut that off. And because I also make jewelry, I have a sander. I was able to really quickly use a sanding wheel just to grind that off. But, you know, if you have any metal pieces like that, you could always just file it off. You could actually just even leave the ring on if you wanted. That really wouldn't look that bad. Funny story about these dragonflies is they're one of my earlier purchases, and I bought these without really looking at the measurements. Now, what I had bought in the past and what I had wanted was this. What I got was that. It kind of cured me of not looking at the measurements, you know, and just looking at the photos. I even if I see somebody, a piece I need in somebody's hand, I always make sure the measurements are accurate now, because I mean, this is no way going to work in place of that. Now, these would make some cute earrings to match any pendants or necklaces or anything that I make with this. So there is that. I haven't used them yet, but they've just been kind of sitting in my stash just as a reminder to check the measurements. So, well, without further ado, let's get this going. I need a glue dot, which I should have also had handy before I started my camera, but unfortunately, I don't always think quite that far ahead. And all my little glue dots. Here we go. Glue dot, glue dot. So I got some little glue dots. I am going to take this first. The glue dot, incidentally, is for that bow. I use both liquid glue and glue dots. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to, well, we don't need quite as much of that ribbon as I have. So I'm going to take that and, come on, I'm going to tape that to the back. Get this side here. Let's make sure. Oh, can you see me? I tend to still try and practice not going out of frame. So we've got that. Make sure it's even. That's pretty even there. Let's go ahead and tape this up to put on a card base. That's a lot of adhesive, probably more than I need, but I like being thorough with this stuff. If you get any going over the sides, you're able just to push it back real easily by rolling it over with your fingers. And so let's get that. Oh yeah, it's the same size, isn't it? Let me get my score thing. We'll use a trick we've seen plenty of YouTubers. Kathy Zilski does this. Get it even. There we go. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue dot here in the corner for my bow. And let's see, it goes that way. Yeah, I might have to cut the edges. Kind of got a little spot there, it looks like, on my card. I wanted to cover that up a little bit. I'm not sure it's going to work too much though, because the bow is too much off the sides if I do that. So let's just, ooh, that'll work there. Let's just put it there. I'm gonna put that down, oops. Put that right on the ribbon, because that's where we're gonna put it, right on top there. I'm gonna pop that off, holding down the ribbon that's on the card. It's not really cooperating. There we go. Come on. It started to cooperate. And yes. And then I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put little dabs on either side of where that glue dot is going to go, so it has time to dry. And this has been open a while. Really? Anybody else have trouble with this clogging up as frequently? And my pin does not want to go in. I had bought one of those jewelry things that hangs off, and the first one came in broken, and the seller was very kind and replaced it right away. And then just from me pulling it on and off, it broke again. And so I think I will make another one, but being as I am a jewelry maker, I'm just going to make it myself this time. I was being kind of lazy the first time and just kind of really liked some of the charms I saw on the sellers. So I went ahead and bought it instead of just making it like I should have in the first place. And so now I've just been using a pin or a head pin to try to keep my glue from clogging up. This one that I had was a little bit too soft, so the metal liked to bend. So I'll get a harder one and get my glue flowing again after this video. So there, so I'm gonna see how the glue stick or the glue dot helps keep that in place while the glue dries. And it's still moved. And I think I'm going to cut that after it's dry. And for this, it's going to go there. First, let's find a spot for this, just because. What do you think? Up there, down. Kind of like it in this spot. And it looks like I've got a little bit of ink where it shouldn't be again. Although that just adds to the homemade appeal of the card. I was saying on my last video that I get ink everywhere. And I try not to. But yeah, my fingers are always getting ink everywhere. Just because. There we go. Get that straightened out, and let's get this cut a little bit more off there, and we'll get this one. Where's my, I want to pick that up. I did it that way because I want to make sure I keep this stuck to the card in case it's not glued down all the way. So there, I like that, and now we're going to glue this down. And I'm going to try just using this regular Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. If it does not work, I've got some, I can use a glue gun, but I think that might be overkill right now because this thing's pretty tiny. Let's just go ahead and pop that on like that. And okay, here we go. Here is my Just Because card. I will go ahead and I'll put some of this on the inside, but I'm just going to let it sit for now. I don't want that dragonfly to fall off. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this at all, please throw me some love and subscribe. I've got a total of 3 subscribers right now, and one is probably my daughter, so there's that. Thanks, everyone.